Hey everybody, welcome back to A Better Computer. My name is Matt, and today I'm going to take you through a dozen or so iPhone apps that I really like on my phone. These are not going to be the most mainstream apps that you can possibly find. I'm going to try to have some more interesting ones that you might not have heard of. I'm sure you have heard of some of them, maybe even most of them, but hopefully there'll be something new here for you. None of these videos really needed a 5 to 10 minute video on their own, so I wanted to just rapid fire through them, spend a couple seconds on each one, and then you should have an idea whether it's something you want to check out yourself. So let's just jump into it. So the first app we're looking at today is called Broadcasts. Broadcast is pretty simple. It lets you listen to live audio streams. So if you listen to anything live, for example, the Accidental Tech Podcast and Relay FM, they broadcast live while they do recordings. And if I happen to be available at the time that those are recording, I can just tap on one of those icons that I've added. You can hit the plus icon up here to add a feed, and that's it. You're in, and you can listen live. It's really cool. There's also lots of radio stations. I have B96, which is something that I, as a child of the 90s in the Chicagoland area, absolutely have nostalgia for, and they still play decent stuff sometimes. But you can also browse by country to find stations that are relevant and interesting to you. So if you want to do that, and yeah, again, if you have a feed, you can manually add that live feed to the app. Really like this one. Next up, we have an app called Callsheet, which is an alternative to IMDb. Now, I like the service IMDb offers, but there are so many ads and the app is cluttered, and there's no way to pay to get rid of those ads or make the experience better. You can pay to, like, if you're an actor or someone in the industry, but like there's no reason to pay for IMDb Pro if you're not a professional actor or whatever. Anyway, I like Callsheet. I need to re-up my subscription, but basically I like Callsheet because it lets me pin things that I'm watching. So I'm currently rewatching 30 Rock, great show, and I can see the main cast. I can tap into Tina Fey and see more information on her. I can see her top credits, and then I can also go into, let's say, season 3. We can see a chart for showing kind of the user ratings for episodes this season. You can see some spikes early, middle, and then kind of near the end. But anyway, if we go into one of the episodes, again, you can just see the original release date, runtime, that sort of thing. And then the thing I think is really cool that I have not seen in any other app is it shows you the age of the actor when this was released. I think that's so useful. That's so cool. And I just really like that that feature. I think it's fun and kind of is nice to know, especially when watching things that were 10, 20, 30, even more years ago, to get an idea for how old people were. Again, a thing I find interesting. You may not, but that's fine. Then we have Coverage Map, which is an app that I used when I was shopping around for new cell phone cell service providers. So I recently switched. I made a video about it. I switched from T-Mobile to Visible. Visible uses the Verizon network, and it was really helpful using Coverage Map to not only do speed tests while I was doing the free trial for Visible, but also I can go ahead and do a search, and we'll go somewhere just completely random. We'll go to somewhere in California. You can kind of look at a map and see where or what provider, Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, has the best service in a specific area, right? So you can go pretty detailed if you want. And this is just crowdsourcing the speed tests that are done in the app. And it's, you know, the speed tests are just like speedtest.net or whatever, but the fact that they make it so easy for you to see how things go. Maybe you're committed to Verizon and you want to see what Verizon coverage is like in different areas. That's okay, right? Let's go. Where do you want to go? Like, we'll go up to kind of the Seattle area and see what Verizon coverage is like up here. These are all the places people have done tests, and that's kind of their coverage. If we go back here, there's other ones you can look at. So just signal strength, speed tests, all sorts of stuff. Really, really nice. And all of this is free. This coverage report, I guess, is paid, which I haven't used. But yeah, just the speed tests and signal strength were very useful for me in making my decision. Now we're going to do a couple gaming-related apps, and this right here is Delta. If you want to play old Game Boy games, DS games, this is the emulator I recommend on the iPhone. It is so well made. It's so polished. It's free, has no ads, no tracking, no funny business. It's just a really good emulator, and is just awesome. I'll cut away to a video showing me holding the physical copy of Golden Sun because I do own this game. But yeah, if you want to do emulation on your iPhone, iPad, there are more options today than ever because Apple allows them now. But Delta is my pick for playing these old Nintendo games. Then this next game is called Disc Break, and it is really nice. It's really satisfying. It's really fun to play. The haptics on this are really what set it apart. I can't share that in video, but the haptics in this are awesome. This was a recommendation from Neilion, one of my co-hosts on a podcast I do. Did you know I do a podcast? I do a podcast called Comfort Zone with Neilion, who is probably best known for her work on Mac Stories, and Christopher Lawley, who's another YouTuber. We do this every week. It's an awesome show. Links in the description for the video and audio versions, whatever you prefer. But this was her recommendation, and it is very addicting. It is very fun, and so I really like this game. Similarly, there is another game called Holedown. And Holedown, I have played more than maybe any other game on my iPhone in the past few years. This is similar in that you're throwing balls at bricks to try to break the bricks, but it is so satisfying. I adore this game. There's an endless mode that I'm in right now where you just try to go as deep as you can. You're digging down in this case, and yeah, you're trying to get combos, and it's an awesome game. You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. It is so fun. Give it a shot. I think it's very, very cheap. No ads or anything. And yeah, just a very, very good game. A good sort of mobile game that is not too mindless, but it doesn't require so much brain power that you can't it's a good thing for watching, like when you're watching TV or something and you're not watching something that exciting. It's a good kind of just second screen experience. So yeah, that's Holedown. Next up, we have Synology Drive, and I'm going to talk about this more in the future, but Synology Drive is so awesome. I just got a Synology. Thank you to Synology for giving me a Unit 4 review. But basically, this is just a network-attached storage that I'm able to store files on. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about just the app. The app is really nice in letting me go in and see my files on the drive. I can see my thumbnails here for that last video. My main use case for it is backing up my YouTube stuff. I'm able to watch videos. This is, again, happening over the network, so very little buffering. It just kind of works, goes fast. Love that. And then it does also integrate into the Files app. So if I go into Files, there we go. You're going to see Drive. I can go to my drive, and then everything that I have on the drive is here. So I'll go to A Better Computer. I'll go to Season 3. I'll go to Visible, and all those files are here, and I can access them through the file picker. So I like the Synology Drive app quite a bit. It's let me cancel my OneDrive account, which was fantastic. I use that for my Windows computer, but now I can just use OneDrive or Synology. Really cool. Again, video coming in the future on this one. This next one is for all my Pokemon fans out there. I played Pokemon Violet earlier this year, kind of over the summer, and Ketchup was a great companion app for that. So it's basically just a Pokedex, and you can search for a Pokemon, but basically you can go into any of them. They have this really nice art and nice layout to kind of show everything for them. I found this useful for figuring out while I was playing the game, like when is this Pokemon going to evolve? Or if I'm fighting a Pokemon and I'm struggling with the fight, I can remind myself what they're weak against so I can better bring a better lineup to that fight. And yeah, so it shows you when they learn different moves. Tons of information here. I really like this app. Again, if you're into Pokemon, if you're going to be following along, or if you're playing a game and want something to kind of help you just kind of figure out how to win a fight or what's going to happen with a specific Pokemon, this app is really good, and just a couple bucks to unlock all the features. Next up is Libby, which is, if you listen to audiobooks or read ebooks, Libby is worth a look, and you can save hundreds of dollars potentially per year depending on how much you read and how much you can get from the app. This is currently playing an audiobook that I was able to rent for free. I got it from my local library and have the digital version that I can just listen to. And the app is actually really good. It's really stylish. I love the iconography. It's really stable. It's really reliable, just across the board. And yeah, it's really cool. So you can kind of go in here and you just basically sign in with your library card. So if you don't have one, go to your local library. Most libraries participate in this. And yeah, you can go through and find things to rent. Sometimes more popular things require you to wait a while, but the app will notify you as soon as it's available and you can rent it right away. And yeah, if we just go into one of these books, you can kind of see this. I'll go ahead and borrow it for 14 days. We encountered an error, of course, when I'm Yeah, there's some sort of error. Interesting. Of course, since I'm recording a video, there's an error going on. But anyway, if I go into my library, or my current loans, I should say, I can go ahead and listen, I can read, and again, really nice and can save you quite a bit of money if you read a lot, especially if you don't read new books all the time. Really awesome. Next up, we have an app called Parcel. Parcel is a delivery tracker. So yes, you can just track things in the FedEx app and the UPS app, and that's fine. But if you want to do it all in one place, and if you want to have those tracking sync between your devices and send you notifications, you can also sign into your Amazon account and have your Amazon deliveries automatically show up in this list. This is what Parcel is good for. So I'm currently waiting on a delivery from Lego and Nomad to get a watch band. And I can see shipping label was created for both of those. If it was already in the mail and there was a delivery scheduled, it would show me how many days until that delivery. It's really, really nice. You can have it add things to your calendar. If I go into the settings, you can see my Amazon integration needs to be re-authenticated. You can change the app icon to a bunch of different icons. It's nice. It's a very nice app. There's another app called Deliveries that I actually prefer the UI of, but its reliability with connecting to services, especially FedEx, is not good. So yeah, I've kind of gone to Parcel because it's just more reliable. And yeah, very, very cool app. Then we have one of my favorite new apps, which is Shareshot. It's my new favorite way to share screenshots from my iPhone. So I just took a screenshot before opening the app, and if you took a screenshot in the last couple seconds, it'll actually automatically load that screenshot here. But we can go in and edit. So you can change the size, so square, widescreen, or kind of just the phone with no background. For iPhones, I tend to like a square background, and then you can choose what you want to have as the background pattern. We'll go ahead and do this one. You can change where the light source is. This is pretty cool. You can change how substantial the shadow is, and then you can just share it when you're ready to go. Very, very cool. Very nice. If we go into the settings, basically I can save it as a JPEG, which actually I do want to do. They have a whole bunch of icons you can choose from, and there's frames installed. So if you basically just phones, but you can do iPads as well. I think watches work too. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Let's go ahead and how do I do this actually? Oh, go to the screenshots page. And this is going to be a screenshot of everything I've taken. These are iPad screenshots. Let's see what it does here. So it does pull up the iPad frame. And yeah, so you can kind of do this with whatever you'd like. You can scale it to the resolution you need, maybe smaller if you're posting to social media and don't want it to be as large a file. But yeah, really nice, really simple in the grand scheme of things. A couple bucks to unlock it. But yeah, I like this app quite a bit. Getting to the end here, this is Track My Domains. This is an app for tracking the domains that you own. So I've entered a number of the domains that I personally own: Quick Reviews, Birchtree, Is Feeling Social, Birchtree again. And I can see when those domains expire, how much it's going to cost to renew them. And yeah, this is just helps me. I think it'll also send notifications before they expire to make sure that I get them renewed if I want them. But yeah, Quick Reviews, I need to make sure I do that around the start of the new year. Birchtree, I've got that for quite a while longer, so nothing to do for a long time. But if you buy domains, especially if you have them from multiple places, this is a nice place to get them all in one location. Now, my favorite way to make transcripts on the Mac is Mac Whisper. And Mac Whisper, it's currently in beta. Hopefully it'll be out to everyone very soon. But I have an MP3 here. I want to turn it into a transcript. So if I go to share, let's see, let's find it. We can find it, I'm sure. Whisper, there we go. So now it's going to go ahead and open up this file in Whisper, not Mac Whisper, but Whisper. And it's going to say, okay, do you want to get a transcription for this episode? You can choose whatever model you want. So very similar to the Mac app, you can go ahead and do that. And it's going to transcribe the whole audio file, video file, whatever you give it. It's going to be able to do that for you. It's going to do the transcript here, segments here. And once it's done, we're not going to wait for it to finish because this is an hour-and-a-half long video or audio file. But once it's done, you can export it as a text file, as a subtitles file. This is so useful to me. And this is all processing on device, so you can be offline. It's not sending this anywhere. Really good app. And finally, we're kind of giving away when I'm recording this episode with this app, but Up Ahead. Up Ahead is my favorite way to track just things that are coming up in my life. It tends to be media stuff, like when does this movie or this game or whatever come up. And that's basically what you can see in this section here. Today, Rings of Power Season 2 is out. Tomorrow, Star Wars Outlaws is out. Astrobot, The Plucky Squire, some other things. I'm going to be going on a trip at some point. I need to get those in here. But yeah, you can put life events, birthdays, anniversaries, whatever in here, and it just lets you count down to those things. And on your home screen, you're going to get to see a number of widgets, whatever works for you. But I have whatever the next thing is coming up as this big widget on my second homepage, and I like it quite a bit. I really enjoy this app. Lots of options. If I click into this one, I can edit it. So I can change the icon next to it, the colors. I can make it recurring. I can change the pattern. There's tons of patterns here that you can apply to the background. But yeah, I like this app a ton. And with that, I think that's 15 apps we looked at today. All of them get my endorsement. Not everyone's going to be useful for everybody watching this video, but hopefully one of them, well, at least one of them was interesting to you and gives you some inspiration to download something and try something new. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.